Today I want to share a little tip with you around positioning because oftentimes people think that lower cost is going to sell more, and it's a pretty common mistake actually that we see a lot of business owners make when they come to us. They're always trying to kind of like charge as little as possible to try and generate more sales. Now there's a lot of triggered responses that humans tend to have, like a little bit in terms of kind of like the psychology behind marketing and how we operate. There are perceptions we have around things which basically help us make a decision quickly in a certain situation. So for example, expensive, often we automatically think it means valuable. So rather than it, which often is what people are looking for when they're looking to purchase something, they're actually looking for something really valuable or high-end or quality, whereas low cost often means cheap. But as a business owner, we're kind of often trying to just push things to like be as low cost as possible to sell as much as possible. There's this great example in a book called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, where it's the story of a jewelry shop owner. And the jewelry shop owner just can't get rid of these certain products, these green jewelry, and it won't move. It just like there's lots of customers. It's apparently the busiest season. It's like tourist peak season, and there are a lot of people coming through the store, but this certain product just won't sell. So the business owner on one of the afternoons leaves a note for her team member who will be in the morning and says all items in this cabinet half price. And what happened is the team member came in and misread the note. They read the note as all the items in here are two. They just saw the two. They didn't see the kind of like top of the half. So they doubled the price of all the items in this certain cabinet and then sold everything out. So when the business owner came back a couple of days later, all of those products had been sold out, and they thought, excellent, great job for marking it down and selling it off cheaper. But in fact, what had happened is as the customers had come into the store, they'd seen these items. They'd wanted a valuable item, I guess, to maybe take home from their holiday as a nice piece of jewelry. And with the price being higher, they actually sold out. So it moved the product off the shelf. Now, this is relating to this kind of like triggered perception we have, this kind of trigger response of if things are high price items, they must be good quality, basically. So just keeping this in mind, because we see it often over and over and over again, that people are concerned purely about the price and trying to make it cheaper. But in fact, it could potentially be damaging your sales by going lower cost as well. There's a great example of an experiment in Australia that Best and Less store did as well, where they created Best and Less is known as a kind of like low cost quality kind of store, but low end, like low cost. Now, what they did is they created a pop-up shop called Lab, L&B, which was sort of Best and Less. They switched it around, L&B, and they created Lab with nice high-end looking bags and quality looking displays and everything. And they, instead of the items being maybe $40, they put $140, and they put all the prices right up, and people were coming in buying the same products which they actually sell for $40. However, when they were about to purchase, they didn't actually sell them. They'd kind of like rip the price tag, rip the 100 part, the one off the front of the price tag, and they'll be left with $40. And it was basically a demonstration to show that they sell quality products, which, you know, people would typically pay a lot more for. But the cool thing to see is, the interesting thing is, people actually flocked in to buy these same products at a higher price, but they're actually the same thing. So just keeping in mind that your pricing could be impacting you in a positive, negative way. And it's a common question that we have. So I wanted to throw this tip at you today, something to think about. So, and if you have any questions about this, any concerns, any thoughts, feel free to email through to Basic Bananas or comment on any of our social media platforms, and we'll look after you there. Otherwise, hopefully I will see you soon.